Our first guest this week joins me in studio. Dr. Daniel Farkas is the chairman of Spectral Molecular Imaging. Their stock symbol CSDT. Dr. Farkas, good to see you again.
Very good to be here.
If you don't mind, I'll call you Daniel. You had you on the program 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was such a fascinating interview. There were some things we didn't get to, but to kind of bring us back to date, tell us again what the company does.
I appreciate the opportunity. It's a medical devices company, specifically optical imaging for earlier detection of disease, particularly cancer. And we use a technology, an enabling technology that we invented and improved called hyperspectral imaging.
Now you're able, this device is actually able to help a healthcare provider detect melanoma, for example, much earlier than what the current status quo, right?
That is indeed the main goal that we have set for ourselves, and we have just announced today that we have accelerated the timeline for the product to be finished and tested.
Oh.
And so we are finishing it in 3 weeks and going into clinical testing in Pittsburgh in October.
Well, congratulations. I know that's a big step for the company.
It
now, I understand you also have some degree of a relationship with Carnegie Mellon University. You know, you're always judged by the company you keep. That's a pretty good company. Tell us about that relationship.
It's a terrific university. It's really one of the leading technology universities in the world. I have spent 13 years there. My son went there. He's actually working for them now. And they have always been very good to us. They helped us be entrepreneurial, and they have also licensed us some of the patents that we have filed while we were working there.
Now, I know that you have other products that are in the queue, so to speak. One is called EndoSpect, another one's called OxySpect. What are the applications of those products? Is that entirely other diseases?
It's a very wide range of applications. OxySpect, it's easier to explain. It's basically, if you are in trouble health-wise today and you go to a hospital or an emergency room, they clip something to your finger and it measures the average oxygenation in your body.
I see.
Very clever devices. The companies that have been developing and selling them are doing extremely well. They're billion-dollar companies. And we felt that it's important sometimes to measure the oxygenation in a mapped kind of way at the locations of interest, whether you want to look for stroke or whether you want to look for how well the heart bypass is done, or if you want to look at the healing of wounds such as burns. And I think it's very important to see the health of the tissue at the local level in very significant detail. And we have the technology to do those kinds of maps, and so that's the product.
So what we're really talking about with your company is we're looking at a quantum leap forward as to how current medical technology is going to be improved by your technology.
We are certainly hoping so, and it's about time that some really high tech makes it into the clinic. And you know, so far it has been moved by very large companies, and maybe now we can take things from academia and other sources and really bring them the proper way into the clinic as well. The EndoSpect, coming back to your question, is exciting to us for a conceptual reason as well as a practical reason. The conceptual reason is that if you think about it, all of the successful devices in the history of mankind have been extending what human eyes can see and what human senses can sense. And so, you know, if you look at the microscope, at the telescope, it's all significantly extending what human eyes can do. The endoscope is such an exciting device that it can put basically the physician at the locus of interest in the body.
Wow.
That we have been willing to give up a little bit. And so what we are seeing is a screen which is not nearly as good as the eye and the brain can do. So what we bring back is the ability to see, for instance, billions of colors, and therefore by those colors distinguish things of interest versus things of lesser interest. And so that's really what is the plan for the hyperspectral endoscope.
And basically what that permits, of course, is much earlier diagnosis, and in virtually every disease, early diagnosis is key, correct?
Absolutely, and the outcomes are significantly different if you're able to diagnose early. So wouldn't it be nice to walk around with your endoscope in the human body and basically get an interpreted map of what you're looking at so that you can do something about it while you're still in there? And maybe via the same endoscope by just cranking up a laser and taking out the target.
Just amazing, Dr. Farkas. Again, the company is Spectral Molecular Imaging. Their stock symbol CSDT. Update, fantastic. Thanks so much for the information.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.